Give me a bite. Give me a bite. Give me a bite of that. Give me a bite of that. Give me a bite of that. I love a piece of that.
Welcome, one and all. It is
Bite-Size Thursday.
If you couldn't tell by the inflections of our voices, it's spooky time here at Slate Media.
We should probably change the lights to orange or something like that.
Oh, I should have changed the light color.
We'll do that after the break.
Get up, get
We'll
up.
do that after the
We're
break.
gonna do it after the break?
Yeah.
All right, okay. So yeah, what we're gonna do is we each picked a spooky episode to watch for this spooky season, and today we're starting off with Jared's spooky choice. And today is a good day because we're watching Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Oh, yeah.
Jared, which one did you pick?
It is the Halloween episode entitled Hex and the Single Guy. Came out from season 4, which was 1993 that I wrote down. I hope that's right. Wrote that a while ago, but I remember seeing part of this episode as a kid, and my parents didn't like it.
What did they like about it? It's a great
Dickey, our parents are very conservative Christian people.
But it's
Watching
Fresh
this,
Prince.
what do you think they didn't like about it?
Yeah, I think
It's
we'll watch it in a second.
yeah.
But I remember the big
Yeah.
thing was they keep saying the word hex, and I remember being a kid like, what's that mean? And them just kind of being like, let's switch it. You know, they weren't like mad. They just we'll switch it. And they changed the channel.
See, my parents were mad. They're like, turn that crap off. Get that out of our house.
Oh man, I love Fresh Prince. I'm so happy we get to
But
watch it
what I
again.
remember is they do some kind of séance, and Will gets cursed, and bad things happen. It's one of those episodes. That's all I remember. I didn't finish it back in the day, so that's why I decided to pick it. It's like I have some good memories of this. I think a memory of this. That'd be fun to pick. And Fresh Prince is great.
Oh my god. I don't know if I've seen every episode, but I've seen a lot of episodes. It's one of my favorite sitcoms of all time.
Wasn't it over before you? No, because you were born in.
It wasn't over.
You're 94. You're 95, right?
This was
So
4.
it
How many
was not
seasons are
over
there? Is it
before.
7 or 6? I
Yeah.
think it's 6, isn't it?
6 or 7, yeah. That sounds
So it
about
would have
right.
ended around the time he was born, maybe a little
Yeah.
after. So, but we still grew up watching the reruns.
Yeah,
Yes.
well, obviously.
Yes. All the
My
time.
parents never let me watch the reruns.
Gotcha.
Well, we're going to watch the reruns because we're going to watch this and then give you our immediate thoughts. So let's...
Take a bite.
And ladies and gentlemen, we just watched Will Get Hexed by Othello from Beetlejuice.
Ortho, isn't it?
Ortho?
Or something like that.
Oh.
Not
Or
Othello.
Caligula from Sabrina the Teenage
Yeah,
Witch.
there you go. That's the
Yeah.
connection. It's the... I think Ortho is his name from
Ortho.
Beetle. He's the guy in Beetlejuice who does the seance. Here he does the seance, and then he was Caligula in the Sabrina episode we watched a year or two
He's
ago,
a
whenever that was.
spooky dude.
He's really good at that, though.
Oh my god, he hams
It's like
it up in
he
this.
goes from being, like you said, a ham, like a spiritual ham, to like what's a good word, nebbish.
Yeah.
It's very like, come in, mother. It's kind of,
Who is it?
who? What are you doing in my house? Please take anything, please. It's like, wow, this guy's pretty good.
He was, and not gonna lie, I've seen this before, but
So you had seen it.
yes, but I did not remember the end, and I half expected it because I know there's other sitcoms that have done this where they have the entire cast is playing a prank on like the main character.
Yeah.
So I thought the end of this was everyone's gonna get together and say, "Hey, joke's on you, Will." 'Cause
No,
he was trying to
it just
scare
kind of
them.
ends.
But then no.
It just kind of ends with, and it's actually a nice little spin on it. Not that there's anything new, but like he wakes up from the dream and everything's playing out the same, and you're waiting for the rug to get pulled again, and it's not. It's just the same. They don't answer it. I
know.
kind of like that. There's no resolution. He made fun of the guy, and then in his dream, and he wakes up and everything's the same. So it's like, what is going on? And then it just ends. You go, oh, that's a little dark. Next episode.
Yeah. It
That's
was so good.
It has one of the legendary moments of he doesn't throw Jazz out. Uncle Phil gets thrown out of the house by Jazz. Just whoa! It's so good. Like I didn't know it was in this episode. I'd seen the clip. Like you watch compilations of Jazz getting thrown out.
Oh yeah.
And that's always in there because it's great. And when I heard Aunt Viv scream in the other room, and he yells, Vivian! Runs in there, and he runs in there, and I go, that's this episode. All right.
For some reason, I didn't know it was that was this episode until he actually threw it. When Jeff was in there, and I thought, so it was going to be another classic Jeff gets thrown out. But no, then it was... Jazzy Jeff. Sorry.
There you go, yeah.
That's what I was, yeah. But, oh my God.
Thought we could get started tonight. That's it! Yeah. But I was going to say what we were talking about before the break about, like, our parents, where the specific memory is it was on... I feel like we were in, like, a hotel room when we were, like, on, like, some summer vacation, and I got to be, like, 8. And it's on, and it'd been on TV before, and I remember distinctly Will saying, like, it's not Hex, it's not the Hex, you know, and it was like, I guess they had heard the word Hex too much. They're like, let's change the channel, and they changed it, and until this moment, I never knew how that episode ended.
Oh my gosh.
So, over 20 years of, I wonder how that episode ended.
Similar with me, my parents did not like, well, I believe they allowed my sister to watch it, but at some point they caught, I believe, this specific episode and said, they have seances in this show? What's a seance? We're going, they're rude to people in this show? Like, that was a big thing. It's
a 90s sitcom. Everyone is rude.
That was a big thing for my mom. She did not like comedy that was disrespectful. So I was not able to watch The Simpsons because Bart was disrespectful to Homer.
Same. I wasn't allowed to watch Rugrats.
Because of Angelica?
They thought we would emulate Angelica's attitude, and they didn't want any of that. And it makes sense. But it's really funny because they did something like they made a parenting decision that makes sense. They don't want us to act like her because that's what kids do.
Our moms,
but when we were kids, we hated Angelica. We didn't want to act like her. I'm like, I can't stand. And that's the point: is you're not supposed to like her when you're a kid. You hate her. So. We didn't turn out that way, but we still watched it when we were at other people's houses.
Oh, absolutely.
But you were going to say, I'm sorry.
Our mothers better never meet. The universe might implode.
I feel like they'd be very good friends.
Yeah.
And then they just talk about embarrassing things about me and you.
Yeah.
The universe will explode.
The whole universe. Bye-bye, universe. What's the reverse of a snap?
Pans.
What?
That snap backwards. I know you couldn't count. You can't spell.
No. Can't spell backwards?
I will.
You are such a Halloweener.
I'm the wicked wiener.
No, you gotta say it like Ralph on editing. I am a wiener. But you were saying.
And then a quick side note. I'm looking it up so I can remember it. Will Smith has a he has a song for
Switch.
It's not Switch. It's
Wild West.
A Nightmare on My Street.
Nightmare on My Street.
Yeah, back when Will Smith made music. Honestly, it is
So the Millennium.
What's the what?
The Millennium.
Millennium, yes.
Isn't that what Switch is on? No, it's not. It's on the street one.
Yeah, I think so. But
the one, something street, I don't.
Yeah. I kind of want to play it, but I don't want to get taken down.
No, don't play it.
Okay.
We will.
It is one of my absolute favorite Halloween songs. And this just reminded me, I love...
You make me feel like it's Halloween.
That's our favorite Halloween song.
So dumb.
Random.
We had the same thought. He said it's my favorite Halloween song. I'm like, I know my favorite Halloween song. I look over and Jake goes, ooh. Brain energy, synergy right there. Just we met and I knew exactly what he was thinking.
Anyway. But with I'm trying to build up.
How do you recover from that
recover
side?
from
I know
Muse.
exactly what I'm going to do, but I was trying to build up to the delivery, and I'm
He's in hysterics.
no, but it would cut into my trick-or-treating
What do
time.
you call that? Go ahead.
Let me try it again. But it would come.
See, you want to be in hysterics. The problem is...
But it would cut into my trick-or-treating time.
I love outtakes. Most people do, and it's just nice to see it after the episode where Alfonso cannot get that line without laughing, and Will Smith and James Avery are behind him and just breaking
Those
down.
two
He
are
can because he's supposed to be high pitched and motor mouthed, and he cannot say it. He cannot enunciate.
I'd still want to know what is it Jeffrey?
Jeffrey
The
butler.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Butler.
Jeez.
Remember his last name is Butler, according to that dream. What he said when
What he said when she was
Because
pulling
it's
him
like-
out the window.
It's like he's got the set in the way, and he has the accent, and he's yelling it. So it's like I have no idea what he said.
something. I wish I had a like you.
And then does it? Uncle Phil like sticks his head and goes, "You're fired," or something like that. I go, what is going on? We should have put subtitles on. I didn't think about it. Also, Uncle Phil is still one of the best TV dads
He's
ever.
goated, honestly.
Any episode you watch,
Yeah.
it's
He's always the man.
they get you on the way in, they get you on the way out. He said it twice, and it was funny both times.
When they were ripping into Hillary's death, which that's another thing I completely
I forgot about Trevor's.
Was, yeah, Trevor died in this fight.
He's like, "I love you, Hillary," and then they see him like hit the bottom, and then they're all like, "It doesn't." We'll go. We'll say something on the lines like, "Isn't he supposed to go back up?"
Yeah.
Will's line that's still making me laugh is like when Hillary mentioned they paid like $2,000 for that séance. It's like it'd be cheaper to just dig him up. He said it, and I didn't hear either of you make a sound, but I chuckled. And then I'm thinking, oh, that's really funny. Just
If I wasn't laughing out loud, I was definitely laughing in my head.
it's kind of one of those episodes where it feels really short, and it's a normal length episode, but it's like the bulk of it is they're at the séance, and then all the bad stuff. It's just kind of it's they have the setup, the séance, and then just all the bad stuff leads into a very, very short third act.
And I think it's mainly because I said it before, I'll say it again. This is one of, if not one of my all-time favorite sitcoms ever. And I think the reason that it feels so short is because the laughs per minute. Like, I'm almost always laughing at this show. Like, unless they specifically take the time away to make a serious moment, which they've done before, obviously. But, like, just, like, the jokes are almost, like, I'm laughing the entire time that it's over. Like, oh, my God. Like, it's so
Also,
well
because
done.
in the 90s, ads and stuff. Those made a show feel longer for sure.
That is true.
Yeah,
That
what
is-
was that when Carlton goes, the Home Alone reference, it faded out. What was that? Was that a break? What happened during that
You
break?
used to have ad breaks.
Jake,
Also,
you were alive back then.
So were you!
Yeah.
also, let's not forget that he dressed up as
Macaulay Culkin. He's my hero. Why? Because you're the same height. No, it's because his movies have grossed $500 million worldwide. And I think I said out loud, that's actually not as much anymore. 30 years later now. But still, like, it's like, wow. Now we have movies, like one movie making $1 billion these days.
And also him just with the yellow hair. The yellow hair.
I look like a snow cone. When another great Hillary, I think, is a. I don't know enough about the fan base and what they say about Fresh Prince, but I feel like everyone loves Hillary, but I feel like she's still underrated.
She is underrated. And you saying that also reminded me, Ashley always has great lines. I feel like she had a little less zingers in this episode compared to
Yeah,
other ones.
but Hillary's. Doesn't anyone care about what I have to say? No. It's still really good.
One of the best, honestly.
Yeah, now I know how it ends.
I
So,
know.
I can die
Lifelong
peacefully.
dream completed here.
Anything else you want to mention about this episode? Just the whole show in general? It's such a good show.
No.
Alrighty, let's do this. Thank you for listening to today's spooky episode. And guess what? We got more spooky episodes for the entire month of October. That's right. And if you want to pay attention to when those are coming out, Jared, where can they find us on the socials?
You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. And you can listen on Apple, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio. And hey, if it's YouTube, like, subscribe, ring our bell, and all that good stuff. We have a groovy website, too.
Absolutely, yeah. And if you want to tune into YouTube, we changed our lights now. Now we're on spooky lights for the month.
Orange, you glad we changed our light?
So, from all of us here at All Slate Media, thank you for listening to today's episode. If you want to stay spooky on every Thursday, make sure to
Take a bite.
Give me a bite. Give me a bite. Give me a bite.